Hello, chat. Hello. Hello, chat. I'm hoping this has gone live. I'm sure you guys will be able to confirm. Fingers crossed it's worked. If not, I might have to try again. Hold on. Yeah, I just had a notification go off. Hopefully that's a good sign. Please tell me you can see me. Live and late. Am I live? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello. I'm just double checking my stream.
I don't think you're watching.
No, I don't think I am.
Yeah, I did
no.
get a notification.
Oh, hold on. Chat, you'll have to tell me. Press 1 if you can hear me. Oh, no, it does. No, okay, no, I am live. Okay, cool. Whee, fantastic. Hello, and welcome to Turnabout Big Top Part 2 of Ace Attorney Justice for All. Oh, excellent stuff. Brilliant. I'm glad you can all hear me. See you. Is this a face reveal? No, that wasn't Mrs. TCG. That was actually that crime lad. He's downstairs. He's having a bit of a late night. He wants to have a late night. He wants to listen to his old man rant and rave and solve some crimes too. Christ on a bike, it's hot tonight. It's 10 o'clock here. It's still 25 degrees outside. No, thank you. No, thank you. Right then. Who have we got here tonight? Let's scroll up and have a look. So we've got Marina, who has been shilling a certain AI channel. I will get to that in a moment. We've got Jesus Fry Christ. Good evening, mate. Hope you're having a good day off. We've got Maverick with the traditional butts. Not Moriarty. Good evening. We've got Bilbo Balboa. We've got Murgu. We have Nico. Good evening, Nico. Do you know what? Nico, you've been here for a good couple of streams now. Let's upgrade you. Come on. Let's upgrade you now. There we go. Is there anyone else here who hasn't been upgraded? No. Okay. Well, if is it Miranda? If Miranda turns up, we'll make sure that Miranda gets upgraded as well. There we go. And Burnsy, good evening. How are you doing? So yeah, as I say, we're here for the second part of the Big Top Turnabout. I can't really remember what happened. My brain is proper fried. But I believe that, yes, we're about to get into the trial side of things. So we managed to get a little bit of evidence. We spoke to... Oh, yes, no, I do remember what happened. We're defending a nonce. I just remembered that. Oh, no. I just remembered that. Very bad. Oh, yes. So, yeah. Right, yeah. So I suppose we better do some... Ace Attorneying, shall we? I saw a nice little tweet earlier on today, actually, speaking about that. Early 2024, they've confirmed that the Apollo Justice trilogy will be coming out. I am debating whether I hold off and just stream that as opposed to the DS versions. But I will tie in some games. Oh, no. Maya's 18 GB, but it's the one that they're all in love with who isn't. Yes. But yeah, I was kind of wondering whether I should hold off on that and wait for that to come out and do some games in between, because we still need to finish the Sherlock stuff, to be fair. Yes. But I also have a very special treat for you guys tonight as well, because... Are we back? Oh, no, I'm back. Sorry. All right, no, okay. Technical error there. We back. We back? Okay, yeah, cool. We're back. No, I'll tell you what happened. I haven't set the audio up on that other screen capture, so I might have to do a little jiggery pokery. We won't. I'll tell you what. All right. You might wonder who Dave Benson Phillips is. In short, he was a children's TV presenter who was quite big in the 90s. And last night we were on a horror show stream. I learned that he actually took part in a wrestling match. Yeah, Dave Benson Phillips was famed for his gunge, and there is gunge in this galore, apparently. It absolutely had me rip-roaring with laughter. I saw what you said, GB, about getting him on as a guest. Did Rose of Dawn really look into that? And was it 200 quid? I don't know. I mean, if you're enjoying this series and you want me to get Dave Benson Phillips on, one of the ways that you can show you can support that is by tipping me on my Streamlabs, which is the pinned comment in this in the chat. There's no obligation, but it's definitely appreciated. And hey, if we can get Dave Benson Phillips on for a stream, then let's do it. Maverick, what the heck is gunge? I think it's just another word for slime, basically. One of the big shows that used to have back in the 90s was a show called Get Your Own Back, where a kid would have a parent on, or like a teacher, and they would basically propagandize the audience into questioning, into making the audience think that they were very, very nasty people, and they needed their just desserts. And so yeah, they would play a series of games to against another team who would also bring on another adult, and the winner would get the opportunity to gunge their respective adults. Yes. No, I'll tell you why that piked my stream, though, is because on that particular studio in the back end, I haven't actually got audio assigned to it. That's why it went brat. In terms of Pat Sharp, I don't know, but he's another guy I would love to have on as well. But enough of 90s game shows and yes, enough of game shows. Let's crack on, shall we? Do you know what? It could have absolutely been on Nickelodeon. I mean, Dave Benson Phillips was mostly on the BBC. Pat Sharp was a bit of an ITV geezer. Massive Barnet, very iconic. We actually had a couple of kids from my school at the time actually go on that show, and it was one boy, one girl, obviously, because it was normally like that. And when they were going around the actual funhouse at the end, because they actually won and got to do the funhouse at the end, where you basically go around. It's like a massive obstacle course, if you will, and like you grab these like little tokens for the prizes. And he won a Barbie PC. Yeah, very ahead of his time. There we go. Anyway, let's crack on with the game, shall we? December 29, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk? What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. Have you heard that song? Have you heard the remix to that? Absolutely butchered. I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. I'm gonna have the best freaking night of my life. No, it's I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. Some things just shouldn't be touched, man. Can we also look at getting that blonde chick with the suspiciously large mouth who presented CBBC on TCG? Who was that? Oh, hang on, I think I know who you're talking about. Didn't she present Smart as well? I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? Oh god, that song, why'd you remind me? I know, right? I thought it was I'm blue and I would beat off a guy. Oh, no. Maybe that was the explicit version and all we ever heard was the radio edit. And JFC was one of the unlucky ones who caught the explicit one. You know, the old little parental advisory sticker on the bottom left. You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that, and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really? No one needs to fly today. Nick? What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. And it's December 29. It's 10 a.m. on the dot. District Court courtroom. Nummer 2. And now the case of 1. What? Your Honor, get on visit. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win on this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? For the record, upon further analysis, this Max individual is a Knotwood. She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I am not losing this case. Before we go to the next part, if you're new here and you're here on the replay, please consider liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, and doing all of that, you know, algorithm-friendly stuff, as I'm sure the guys in the chat have already done, because they're decent, upstanding citizens like yourself on the replay. And hey, if you catch me live, you may even get the wrench too. You didn't see that, but I winked and held my thumb up. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Herr Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. It's not like it'll bring her dad back. Hang on, is her dad back? Dead, or is he just in prison? Pretty sure he's just in prison. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up here. Now! Komm, schnell! Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. TCG, please forgive me, I forgot to like the I just called you an upstanding citizen. What are you doing? Right that wrong now. Sorry to keep you from... Oh yeah, I've already done that bit. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Yeah, exactly, Bilbo. Mate! Very well. Good stuff, not Moriarty. You are now an upstanding citizen again. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. I'm surprised they would let her be prosecuted since she has a grudge against Phoenix. And I'm pretty sure she was caught aiding the murderer last trial. Well. It's an entirely different justice system, and maybe they were just short on prosecutors that day. Okay, details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. Apparently, witnesses heard his last words were, "What are you doing, step-bro?" The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I found the details to book Dave Benson Phillips for you. Oh, mate. Oh, that would be unreal. It'd have to be. Do you know what? Oh, my God. We should get Dave Benson Phillips on for a Friday night community quiz. Yes. 200 quid. Worth it. I see. He was... I can't get the idea. I can't get that idea out of my head now. Can you imagine it? He was beaten to death. Here is the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. That's a grammatical error, surely. The court accepted this into evidence. That's the second one we found now in this game. Excuse me. Are you going to send? Yeah, send me those details. If I ever get 200 quid, if I have 200 quid, I'll definitely get him on. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Right, here we go. Cross-examination time. I think this is probably going to be just pressing. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold. Oh, well, I was talking. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's got to be more to this. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Eh? What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Oh, we're going straight in. Okay. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Okay, maybe... Okay, then. Let me just go back. The night of the crime, snow was falling into making it extremely cold out. But then... Okay, so really I'm assuming that we're going to be showing that picture then. Because, yeah, it wouldn't be anything else. Yeah. All of the circus performers were gathered at the big top to practice their routines. I'm going to go through the pressing and guessing first of all. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer. That's the one everyone's noncing over, by the way, if you weren't already aware of that. Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course, the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. A solid 30 seconds of a thunder roll. Whoa, nice. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? Well, that's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. All right. Well, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. I won't repeat what his last words were. A wooden box? Well, that's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box? Huh. It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked? Locked, you say? Wooden box added to the court record. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Okay. Let's ask about the content, shall we? Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Wait, my cat? What's my cat doing in there? Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle added to the court record. Oh yes, the famous Japanese location, Fort Knox. No, oh god, you found Timmy Mallet's booking details as well. Oh my god. Dave Benson Phillips versus Timmy Mallet. How much is that going to cost? How much is this going to set me back? And am I going to have to do a fundraiser? The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in his neck. Hold it. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. 34,090. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Very good, very good. Oh, okay. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. Guess that's all that we're going to get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're going to get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Eh? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously. But that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. When is this quiz going down so I have the question? You can barely hear it. Is that because of storm? Jesus. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. Oh, Woodman. Yeah, okay. I wonder if Triller will show up on the stand as well. Oh, you can just barely hear... Okay, you can just barely hear it. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name... Hang on a minute. My full name is Triller Quest. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? Put it on pause, I need to blink. The witness called to the stand was one Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me? Fine. I'll grace you with a song. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decide about you dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. Did it? It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge? Shut up! Just look at your nose. You'd think you'd have the sense to fix it. Oh, hang on. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star? Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! Clown. Hang on, have we lagged? Uh-oh. Right, hold on. Oh, we're back, are we? Ugh. Good old internet. What if? That's weird that you guys had a bit of an F moment there because, yeah, I've had no drop rates or anything like that this end. Maybe that's just good old YouTube. And my CPU is running at 0.9%, so everything here seems to be fine. It might, oh great, it might just be the bloody internet again. Right. Once practice was over. Oh yeah, I've already done that bit. Bones, if I get at least 10 people to watch my video on Sunday the 23rd, I'm going to put a Discord channel for myself. Oh, nice. Yeah, once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. Are you sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. You saw me in Lithuania yesterday. Did you now? Are you sure? Are you sure? How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. When did Pee Wee Herman become a ventriloquist? F's in the chat for Pee Wee Herman, by the way, guys. Why is that? Here is absolute proof. Silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman died a few weeks back, my man. Maverick saw me in Transylvania. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutor... God damn it! Your skills as a prosecutor are unrivaled. Well done. Dankeschön for stating the obvious. Herr Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed. Oh man, imagine that. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. The clown? You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise, and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in a nice warm lodging house have been a better idea?
Herr Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness.
But I'm a good thinker. At least my teachers always said I was.
That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime.
Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup?
Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers. Lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Oh, yawning. Oh, gosh, no.
He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer?
You saw Max, and only Max, right, Trillo?
That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? There is no proof it's no problems. Oh, hang on, yeah, Ben only saw Max. You yawned just before. Damn it, Bilbo. It's contagious. Yeah, hang on a minute. Yeah, Ben only saw Max, because Max and the Ringmaster left together, didn't they? So if he only saw Ben, if he only saw Max, sorry, why didn't he see the Ringmaster? Well, that's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Here we go. Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? Monkey! I'm trying to think. He really looks like somebody, but I can't put my finger on it. It might be Martin Grossberg. Is it Marvin Grossberg from the first one? He kind of looks a bit like him, actually. That's the victim. Well, that's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the Ringmaster as well.
Yeah. Obviously, the Ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out.
What are you talking about? The Ringmaster and Max went together to the Ringmaster's room.
Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the Ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime?
Ah, I see. It seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right.
A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony.
Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick? Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the oh, hang on a minute.
Right. Let's have a look. Then the police... Hang on a minute. Why don't we go all the way back to the beginning? That was... press there, surely? Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it?
I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m, I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is...
Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your off-handed series.
But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Boom.
Don't hold your tongue, Ben. It's your job to answer all the stupid questions.
I'm sorry, Trillo. I've got to find a way to get more information out of this witness.
What? How?
Oh my god, hold on. Think about it some more, Nick. I'm sure you'll come up with something. Yes, Trillo wouldn't have it. Yeah. Okay. He didn't wait for the hand, because I'm assuming he waited for the dad to wait to ask for her hand in marriage, but he didn't do that, did he? He went straight for Regina, I think. Right, let's keep going. Busy bumblebees. Let's try that. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina.
Wow, what the freak?
You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Now I know where all the bees went. If anyone asks, where have all the bees gone? They're in my chat, that's why. They are now they're now on the internet, pollinating live streams. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff. Excuse me, but he's right. Eh? All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
Wah!
That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime?
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max. Ow!
There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. All right. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina.
Pain!
Don't volunteer things.
Don't, just letting be. He's obviously gotten into this very much. Right, hold on. Right, okay, let's have a look. Right, hold on. What percentage of women grow moustaches is the brilliant. Is this for your these are questions that you're doing for the presumably for the next Friday night community quiz, if and when we do one. I haven't heard from GB in a while. I really think he's gathering funds. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit.
He's made a lemonade stand to collect funds.
Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet.
About the proposal. Let's do this.
Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so
No, you haven't.
So I've still got it in my pocket.
But you don't, do you? Bumbling like bump. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted seeing who else we can book TCG. Dick and Mate. Dick and Dom. I would absolutely right. Yeah, no, that sounds perfect, mate. Yeah, get Dick and Dom. My wife, my wife used to watch Dick and Dom in a bungalow, like the following morning after like a night out, all hungover. Again, Gunge. Gunge was a main feature of that particular show as well. You were going to propose. You, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Judge, not you too, man.
Exactly.
His Honor is looking a little less than honourable right now. Yeah, you're telling me, Phoenix. Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination. What's with that sigh at the end? Is the judge in our list of characters? No, he's not. Yeah, down bad indeed. Right. I think I'm going to skip straight to here. Oh, okay. That was a bit of a mistake. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Okay, I think we've got to press a bit more. Why is this an entire case of nonsense and a clown? I know, right? And why does the clown seem to be the most morally upstanding one? Huh? Really? Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Whoopsie! That didn't go so well. Right, okay. We'll go back to the beginning. Oh, by proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina?
Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that. I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together.
That'd be pretty cool, though. We could get Gokwan to give you a makeover. Nah, no, I don't want Gokwan on my stream. I don't want Gokwan. No. Dick and Dom, Timmy Mallet, Dave Benson Phillips. Yes, thumbs up. Gokwan? Nah.
Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give to her.
See if we can extract that information. Here we go. He came to Canberra once, and the signs at the mall were hyping up for ages in advance. Bilbo, who was that? Was that Dave Benson Phillips? What exactly was it that you had planned on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
Engagement ring? Oh, Gokwan. Okay. Wow. Those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. You found Pat Sharp? Oh no. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever... Ow!
I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Go on, Judge. Go on, Judgy Wudgy. Will the defense please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina.
An engagement ring?
Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is gonna love it.
It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, it's gotta be something I can catch him on.
I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her.
Hang on a minute, right. Marina, rhyme guy? Look in your chat. She's found my she's found my rap. Hip-hop music, isn't she? Uh-oh. The percentages is a question. Put a poll, please. What? Hang on. What percentages? Give us those percentages again. Whose pocket was the ring in?
Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You've got to be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off?
I'm sorry. Really?
You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing.
Really?
Of course. I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her.
You've actually sent an email. Brilliant. Stop it. Stop it, not Moriarty. Right, hold on. Right. 3, 6, 8, 16. There we go. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her. Phrasing.
That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way.
Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half. And not with magic. Well, I always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present?
In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
So the dummy is the murder weapon, TCG? Who knows? So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Richard? For God's sake, phrasing, chat, ladies and gentlemen. There's phrasing here, isn't there? This is disgraceful.
Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give it up that easily.
I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony.
That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck.
The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe you should get out more. I just realised he doesn't know what the percentages are for. Yeah, I don't. Oh, is this for the women's moustache? Women having moustaches? Is it that for that one? Right, now, I think... Yeah, I think now I can present it because we've now extracted the fact that it's an engagement ring. There we go. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it?
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Oh, for... Phrasing. Do you recognise this ring? Phrasing!
Ah, that's mine. Give it back. Thief. Thief.
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here?
Ah!
Right, we'll end that poll now. End poll. Let's see. So, women getting moustaches. What are the percentages? For God's sake! Nobody said 16%. But then everybody... 2 people said 3. 2 people said 6. And 2 people said 8. Giving it 33% across the board. So, in situations like this, Marina, before you give the answer, I would give one person in the chat the opportunity to answer that question. Okay? So, Marina, pick the person that you want to pick. Okay? And then you can reveal the final answer. What is going on here?
That's... Ben, say something.
Eh? Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault?
Ha! That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer it if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money is really a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime.
What did you just say?
Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that the ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time.
Woohoo!
Oh, pain.
Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what it has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trillo Quist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be?
Ben doesn't exercise enough. Ben's testimony has a flaw. I know what it is. There is a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of all this, Herr Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright.
Well then, tell me this, Herr Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dorkface in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night.
I've told you so many times. You'd think you'd know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one lie, there is usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah.
Right, has the answer been given out yet? I'm going to say 6%. Nico was chosen. Lol, I mean, you are the possible winner. Were you driving home for Christmas? Oh, what is it with you and lyrics at the moment? I'll congratulate you on my first YouTube video ever next Sunday. Nice. Is that, I'm assuming, Nico? For what it's worth, I picked 6 too. I think Nico picked 6%? Yeah.
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said, "Good evening," to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
Which three symbols were they, chat?
So that means that money didn't show up out until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. I'm claiming victory anyhow. I say it wasn't 6% then. I'm going to say... Oh, let me scroll out because I need to get the poll results. I can't remember what they were. I'm going to buck trend here, and I'm going to say 16%. 16% of women grow some sort of facial hair. Moustache, specifically.
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina.
So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. No, it wasn't. Ah.
You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me?
4 eyes, and it is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes. Yawn. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trillo.
But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night.
Ooh. 3 or 8. Hang on. Holy moly, I didn't expect that question to be that difficult, but I guess who would actually know that? It took some digging to find. To be fair, I mean, I didn't ask 3.5 billion women, hey, or look at 3.5 billion women and go, Tash, no Tash, Tash, no Tash, Tash, no Tash, Tash, no Tash, no Tash, no Tash, no Tash, 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 and then like collate that all into a percentage. 8% of the women grow 50% of the moustaches. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Phrasing.
Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time.
Ooh, to be fair, to answer the question, we need to first establish what a woman is. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina.
He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes.
About what time would you say these events took place?
You're the one of the dumbest people. You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed. What time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that. Ow! I'm not good at...
It was 10 p.m.
Ah, yes. That sounds about right.
It sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence.
So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night?
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist's act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. I mean...
Trillo's even... Yeah! Let's be the...
Yeah, it had to be the evening... Why would he be friendly to him? Didn't he get bored earlier? Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being so nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers?
Well, it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurts.
Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony.
I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene.
This turnabout is a bit boring. Oh, not Moriarty, no. You were 100% absolutely sure of what you just said.
I told you already. Jeez. I am 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols.
Those three ridiculous symbols, huh? Go on.
Out of curiosity, how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Chat, everyone together now!
Silk hat, cloak, white roses!
Thank you very much.
Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you?
But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere.
I agree. But do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that will prove useful.
Alright, time to go to work. Right. No, you didn't. Gotta be the broken bottle.
Yes.
Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head.
Ah!
That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch!
before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There was absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There was no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Oh, there we go. Not Moriarty. Look, good stuff's happening now. It's exploding.
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? Oh, okay. Save. Actually, do you know what, chat? I'm going to put this to you. I'm going to put this to you. Who did just see that? Nobody. Max. Or someone else. Go. This is too stressful for me. This is too stressful. We've got 8 in the chat. Okay, we're going for nobody. Okay. I won't answer since I know the correct one already. Okay. I have no idea. I know, like, if I say he saw the defendant, then that kind of puts me in an ishy situation. If I say he saw a different person, who do I say he saw? So I guess the only because everyone else is accounted for, aren't they? It was no one because he's schizophrenic and forgot to take his pills. I mean, I don't know. Well, chat seems to think it's someone else. So, I've saved it. No one, because it's a safe choice. I mean, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go with he saw a different person. It's probably going to ask me. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
And what kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. Ah, okay.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Who other than the defendant would have been walking to the crime scene? Oh my god, Nico, you're not... Are you okay. Or good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? You...
Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening, then? Considering the ill temper of this witness, there was only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? Oh, she's so cute. No, Your Honor. It's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there. Can we get rid of it? Thank you very much.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You were correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Ah! Ah!
And now he's back together again. Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
Do people want to just Google the answer in why it's 8%? Or do I really need to find out how to get it to you guys? Make life difficult. I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols? Ready, chat?
Alright, this is getting cold. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now.
You too, chat. Oh, right, okay.
Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak und so right Voices.
A silk hat and a cloak? Anyone can wear them. They'd even look good on me. The third symbol is immoral.
What was that?
Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry.
What?
Miss Von Karma. Your Honor, I testify the witness saw me that night looking big, pen, and NYC. Yeah, I got that. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one.
That is very unfortunate.
Huh?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Herr Phoenix Wright.
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but...
But?
Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. To be continued. Do not approve of this heat. No, neither do I. Right. A little bit tired. Let me, I'll tell you what, chat, give me a moment. Let me just quickly grab a drink. While I do that. Oh, do that. Yeah, let me just quickly go grab a drink. I am baking. Right, 2 seconds. Thank you ever so much for waiting, chat. Isn't it late night for you guys? How is it still hot? It's 23 degrees still outside. In fact, the bottom of my left, my computer is saying it's a record high. And yeah, it's about 11:15 here. But you see, the thing is, though, Nico, I'm an old man now, so I get tired very easily these days. Shall we continue? Yeah, but at 11:15 at night, GB, and yeah, bloody hot in it. Bloody hot at this time. Been hot all day. Right. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. Who needs sleep? December 29, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Yeah. That's Australia though for you though, isn't it, GB? Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. It's over 130 degrees here. A dog burst into flames just outside my house. I made pancakes and fried eggs on the sidewalk. Very good. Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. Of course he was gonna die. He said, I'll be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, put it this way. I mean, it is mostly the humidity that's causing it. I mean, but 23 at night time. Ugh. Regardless, it needs to be sub 20 degrees, man. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? I mean, if you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double. Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Hey, JFC. Good evening. Welcome back. December 29, 12:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand?
Why did she just call him a pitiful clown?
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. It was Clown of Philadelphia, born and raised.
Nico, we found it! We found it!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? What a couple of clowns who were up to no good. Sorry to make trouble. Your name? And again. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You've witnessed a scene that's around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yeah, yes it is.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into this plaza.
Without the humor, please.
Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? What the hell does it have to do with...
Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here?
Fitness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait.
Or gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony?
Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want.
Yeah, I know he does, doesn't he? He's probably like bipolar, this geezer.
The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony.
I know that. Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling.
I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the fact, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Here we go. So we've got to be careful then, I take it.
The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room.
You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh?
How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke.
Chat, do you want to hear the 8 o'clock joke? Do you want to hear the 8 o'clock joke? Go on. Do you want to hear it? Okay, that seems pretty unanimous. Oh, hang on. No. We've still got a few votes left to go. Oh, okay. Oh, we're around. Okay, 6 votes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep. Alrighty. Looks like we're hearing the 8 o'clock joke.
You know you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor, and the doctor asks, "How is number 1?" The man says, "Every day at 7. The man says, "Every day at 7. Then now what's the matter?" These are exactly the type of jokes you should have saved for that detective. Yow! You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that.
Oh my god. What? Mr. Wright, you are hereby penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court. Oh crap. Okay, right. They're legitimately penalizing us for this. Okay. Okay. Oh god, here we go. You were pooped that night?
Yeah, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food.
What?
The double cheese double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that? As they say happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days.
That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. No! Oh my god! Right. Jeez, right, okay. Right, just keep it straight to the facts. Hold on. Okay. Right, surely I can press here, can't I? You just happened to glance out of the window.
You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed.
Mr. Coles?
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further in this issue. Okay, we'll keep pressing. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night?
Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday...
Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah! I forgot about that.
You
forgot?
Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Yow, yow, yow. That's not something you just forget to mention.
Yeah, well, she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Coles, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favour. I need it, because I'm bloody low on points now.
I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside.
What was the sound like?
Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say...
Mr. Coles, may the court remind you that humour is unnecessary.
Oh, how'd you know I was going to make a joke? I guess the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Someone getting hit, huh?
What then? You went to look out the window and you saw? That's when I saw 2 silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though.
Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly how far away were they?
Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window.
Just 30 feet? Well, that's not far at all.
It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak.
Okay. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away.
That's right. I'd been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Kalmer. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night.
What?
Just think about it. How can I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols?
Uppity symbols?
Uh-oh. Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? All right, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo and TCG. Come on, chat. See what I mean? It's always like this. God never wants to go along with me.
Hey, Spencer, how you doing?
I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw?
I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clocked the ringmaster over the head.
You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
Ah, Spencer, I have a present for you. As you've been here a few times now. You are blue, dubba-dee-dubba-die. Dubba-dee-dubba-die, dubba-dee-dubba-die. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Oh, okay. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty.
Oh, shoot, okay. Get this wrong, chat, and I'm out. Definitely save him.
So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime?
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. What do I do? Murgoot. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't for now. Hold on. Well, see, right now I don't have a clear basis to be thinking that.
Then this is just another one of your pointless efforts to badger my witness.
Oh my god! Now wait a second, Miss Von Karma. This time, I do not feel the need to treat Mr. Wright so harshly. Thank God for that. That's right, what he said. Bowed out by the judge. What an honour indeed. If we must penalise Mr. Wright for his display, I think a verbal censure would be best. Huh? You know the rules, Mr. Wright. There's no room for baseless humding in this courtroom. Crap. I guess he didn't really bail me out after all. You know, Mo's testimony and what he told us yesterday are kind of different. Yeah, I noticed. We just got to pinpoint what's changed. You can do it, Nick. Right. I feel like it's going to be... It was the ringmaster and he was with Max who was wearing his cloak. Could I press any further on this one? Give it a go. No. Right. No. Okay. Let's try something. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. Oh, for goodness, what a cop-out. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Oh! It's about when he heard the sounds. Of course, of course. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a crack clank... Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Oh, he's doing an A-Team reference. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory, you know? You just have to peel back layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much? When I looked out of my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Oh, interesting. Did they now, Von Karma? Tampering with witnesses again, are we? So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out of my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Cowles! Your Honor? You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Oh dear. No jokes for the clown. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. I've already found it. Those symbols? Excuse me. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination. Right. Okay. Straight in with the save. Right. Don't you think you were going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max?
I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that.
It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Right, let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night?
There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols.
Hold it. Trillo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and wore them?
I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Ah, such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into the trap. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there.
You're sure that is what you saw that night?
Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I got eyes like a hawk.
Don't birds have terrible night vision? Not owls.
But that's not all I saw.
Yep. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Excuse me. Yay! Everyone get ready. All together now. Chat, go! Silk hat, cloak, white, roses.
What the? Who cares if he knows that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like pie? I love pie.
Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions.
Order.
Order!
Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Then the roses must have fallen off when the victim assaulted, when the defendant assaulted the victim.
If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Oh, clearly not. It's just toying with this court.
Here we go now. I got him on the ropes now. The seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony?
There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup?
Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. And the crowd goes wild. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap up this case now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature?
I've come to the conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
Here we go, guys. We've got to find a contradiction now.
There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the cell cat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curls' statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I'm going to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance, that's all I need. Right, here we go. I can't press. Okay. Decorations? It's just that. No! No! But this is the... Oh, no, 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 no! Ah! I've got to save it. I've got to save it. Do I press? Mo, be honest. Yow! No. Okay, I've got to present something. Got to present something. It was the hat. I just pressed it at the wrong time. Presented it at the wrong time. Excuse me. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
Hey, GB, you're back. No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma? Where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found as a crime scene. The crime scene? That means...
Silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that the hat that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
No, that's not true.
Order! 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 Mr. Carls!
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of all of this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, it's just not right. It's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your testimony, and your memory, amongst other things. He's gonna cry.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously? Why? Just because no matter how I got always be on you? Wow.
Oh, crying. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? It's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What do you want?
You just said he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
I can and did.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is battling the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened?
Say what?
Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? Oh shit, I can't, yeah. It's a crime scene photo, surely. One shot. Look at this photograph and tell me how it makes you feel. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Aye.
There you go. Now you just did alpha. So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that this testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine. I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second.
I think you've said more than enough today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time. I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are going to get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls?
Yes?
The testimony you've provided up until now has been false?
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Oh, Von Karma. Again.
Order! I will have order. Francisco Von Karma.
Oh, could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
Oh, excuse me, chap. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste your time with your idiotic drivel.
The truth.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out of the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing over him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he...
What?
This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but who leaves the scene of a crime by flying. There's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of this story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about his witnesses? What do you think about this witness testimony, Mr. Wright? Saving it. Because I think I know the answer. I think he's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he's telling the truth. That's what I think.
Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Yow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile!
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. The cloak has not been recovered from the scene of the crime, meaning there must be something about that cloak he always wears while flying. Jetpack underneath it. Hey, sweeties! What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this. You didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. Can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless for you on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air.
Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic.
No, I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. Oh my gosh, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks.
Nick, what do we do now?
Well, all we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in the court for tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker.
To be continued. And we are running on empty, both in this game and in real life. I am absolutely shattered. But I thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm going to go and catch some Zeds, I think. GB, I'll check out those messages in a bit, mate. But yeah, I was going to do this whole Dave Benson Phillips thing, but I don't think I can because I didn't really factor in the fact that I need to set up the microphone on a separate studio and whatnot. So yeah, I'll probably leave it here, but I will do it on a separate stream. I'll probably do it as a separate stream. I am getting massive deja vu vibes, by the way, right now. Yeah, big time, massively getting deja vu. But to everyone in chat, thank you ever so much for sticking around tonight. I hope you had a good time. Yeah, as I say, drop a like if you haven't already, and if you're watching this on the replay and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well as hitting like and doing all that fancy algorithm friendly stuff. And also go and check out my main channel as well, which covers true crime content. I will also be at when I hit 10,000 subs on the main channel. I'm actually going to be launching a third channel, which in short is just me pissing about with ChatGPT and making some stories. and having and then narrating those stories as well. It's just a little interest that I have in terms of AI and how that's sort of coming into play. So I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it, and we'll make a third channel as well, just to have that in its own little box, if you will. But guys, thank you ever so much for tuning in tonight. In terms of the next stream, it will probably be Monday. Unfortunately I'm working all weekend, some more overtime, lots of it. But I do appreciate you sticking around so far. And when we get back on Monday, we will be investigating. So, all that is left to say is until next time, take care and goodbye for now.